Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Sim podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Grace Upendo, and today's episode is all about embracing the fresh start that comes with the new year 2024. But before we delve into that, let's quickly review the events of the previous year. We witnessed the coronation of King Charles III, the 5-month SAG-AFTRA strike, beginning in July and ending in November, the swift rise in AI and deepfakes becoming increasingly alarming, Twitter transitioned to X, and then we got Threads, the supposed Twitter killer that many of us flooded to and abandoned just a few days later for some reason. Then there was the Israel-Palestine war that commenced on October 7th and is sadly still going on. Billionaires paid a $250,000 ticket to their demise. And the memes on this? God have mercy on us all. 2023 said to have been the hottest year, with July marking the hottest month in recorded history. Despite all these events, at least we had Barbenheimer, where two completely opposite worlds harmoniously collided and the internet was loving it. Then Jimin became the first Korean solo artist to top the charts, and India landed on the freaking moon. Wow. 2023 really was something, huh? Now, as we bid farewell to the old year, it's essential to take a moment to reflect on the challenges faced, the lessons learned, and the victories achieved. I personally struggled with procrastination, pushing tasks to the very last hour or minute, while constantly telling myself, I love the adrenaline rush. This was helping me get training to work under pressure. But instead, I was actually messing up my sleep cycles, having to be up at late hours, doing work I could have done at a reasonable time, but for some unjustifiable reason, I'm doing it late. Now, I'd be lying if I said that I don't procrastinate at all anymore, but I've taken a few steps away from it. Like tying my work to an inevitable desired task. For instance, I won't allow myself to watch my favorite anime or show unless I'm done with all my work. And doing that also gives me a sense of reward because I've earned it. I've earned my moment to relax, my moment to have fun. Now, let's shift our focus to the future. I honestly want to encourage you guys a little. I know it's already mid-January, but if you haven't already, I need you to know that it's never too late to set positive intentions for this year, like doing something as cliche as setting goals, both big and small, because it can have such a great impact on your personal growth. I have a few practical tips, 14 to be exact, to help you set and achieve realistic goals. First off, be specific and clear. Define your goals clearly and be specific about what you want to achieve, because vague goals are harder to work towards. And second, make sure your goals are measurable. You should establish measurable criteria to track your progress so you can determine when you've reached them. And third, make sure your goals are attainable. Make sure they're realistic and feasible. Consider your resources, skills, and time. Don't set yourself up for failure by aiming too high. Being Delulu is not the Solulu, guys. Keep that in mind. And also, don't try to do too much. Otherwise, you're just going to set yourself up for disappointment. There's some of y'all who are literally just 15, 16, and already have experienced at least 2 to 4 existential crises. I didn't even know what the word crisis meant when I was your age. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, the times have changed, our generations are different, blah, blah, blah. But there's nothing new under the sun. Whatever you're going through, someone else has been through that, And fourth, make sure your goals are relevant. Align your goals with your overall objectives and values. Make sure they contribute to your long-term vision. If your dream as a kid or maybe 3 years back was to have a farm and for some reason you've gone down the path of software engineering, why the hell is buy a pig still on your goals list? Could you remove that, please, right now? Yes, thank you. And align your goals with your current situations, your current aspirations and dreams. You know, fifth is set a deadline for achieving your goals. Make sure your goals are time bound. This helps create a sense of urgency and helps you to stay focused and not get sidetracked. Six, break down your goals. Divide your bigger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. It helps the goal to seem less overwhelming and allows you to track progress more effectively. Seventh, prioritize. Determine the most critical tasks and focus on them first. It ensures that you're working on what matters most. And eight, celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements along the way. It helps boost your motivation and reinforces positive behavior. Don't downplay your success. Give yourself a pat on the back whenever you deserve it before you move on to the next task. Be like, you did that, Grace. Give yourself a little boosty boost, And nine, seek feedback. Share your goals with others, be it a mentor or your parents, and seek feedback. Sometimes you could get stuck somewhere, but you have others around you who could provide valuable insights and support. You're not an island. You're not in this alone. There's some people around you who wish to see you succeed, who want the best for you. So seek feedback from them. And 10, learn from setbacks. Now, this is a big and personal one for me because I remember myself at some point in time where I'd fail at something and then stay in bed all day scrolling through TikTok because I was overwhelmed with failure. But we need to understand that setbacks are a part of the journey. Just learn from them and use them as opportunities for growth. And 11, visualize success. Visualize yourself achieving your goals. See yourself in that car, in that house, going to that hotel you've always wanted to go to, with that family you've always dreamed of. It can help maintain motivation and focus. And 12, develop a plan. Create a step-by-step plan outlining how you'll achieve your goal. Helps provide a roadmap with directions. Don't just hop onto things here and there. That creates confusion. And 13, stay flexible. Be open to adjusting your goals if circumstances change. Adaptability is key to long-term success. Things aren't going to be the same forever, so make sure when they change, you're not left behind. And last but not least, commitment. Stay committed to your goals. Consistent effort over time is key to success. Success is rarely an overnight achievement. Rather, it's the result of dedicated and sustained effort applied consistently over an extended period of time. And with all that's being said, I want to remind you guys to embrace change. Change can be daunting, but it's often the catalyst for growth. So it's important to embrace it and step out of your comfort zones. Maybe try out something new, be it a hobby, a skill, or even a mindset. Change is an opportunity for reinvention. My dad always says that the only permanent thing in life is change. So if you aren't flexible, you're going to get broken. This year is a blank canvas waiting for your story. Take ownership of this journey. Take your life by the horns and be proactive in shaping your narrative. There's a great power in self-belief and surrounding yourself with positivity. And that's it for today. As we conclude this episode, remember that every ending is a new beginning. So pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. Thank you so very much for joining me on this very first episode of the Sim Podcast. If you found something intriguing, consider giving it a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and following the Sim Podcast for more updates. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and making each day count. Also, hydrate and keep the planet healthy.